Yo, what's going on?
Hey,
Hey, you already know what time it is, right?
it's mega time.
Hey, yo, so check it out. My name is Martel,
I'm Vanessa.
and check it out. It's mega time. So this is what we're going to do today. So we're going to let y'all get to know us a little bit, okay?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit?
A little bit.
A tad bit?
I don't like people knowing my business.
Well, guess what? They going to know your business. Anyway, so Vanessa,
Sure.
I got a question.
We starting with me?
We're going to start with you.
Okay.
I got a
I'm ready.
question. So, what made you want to, hop into the podcast business, if that's what we're going to call it?
Well, the year was 1986.
Sheesh,
just kidding.
Bro.
No, I think I brought it up to your attention maybe like a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
When I was working out with you.
Mm-hmm.
You were my trainer at that point,
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned that we talk a lot of shit. We talk a lot of shit.
A lot.
And I realized this shit should be recorded. Mind you, I had already wanted to do a podcast by myself just because I'm an amazing person and I have so much to say. But then I thought, okay, I met another amazing person, Martel, Mega. Sorry, government name, my bad.
No. Hey, it's okay. It's either or, because guess what? People are already going to know who I am. I
Exactly.
get called by plenty different names. Just make sure they're not bad. You feel me?
Okay, So that's a whole nother episode.
Another episode.
But I felt like our discussions were authentic, they were intelligent, they were real, they were raw. And on top of that, we really had the same goal as to why fitness was so important. And because of those reasons is why we pretty much are here today. And yeah, podcasting was always been on my mind because I have a lot of shit to say.
Got you. You know what's crazy for me is that I always want to do a podcast, but the crazy thing about me is I'm so quiet. Like, I'm so unless I know you. Hold on. Because everybody know, if you know me, I'm going to talk my shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's just what it is. I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to say what I got to say. And I don't care about nothing at the end of the day. But for me to speak publicly to the public, to people that I don't really know is different for me. So, but when we talked about it and we was having all those conversations, those debates that we were having while in session, it was something that, I was like, damn, you know what? I want to do it.
Because you saw how amazing I was. I get it.
You're an amazing person.
I get that all the time.
I got you.
Keep it coming. Go. I'm amazing.
So
what
after
else?
that,
what else?
So before I want to start from the beginning. So
all right.
At the beginning, so when you first met me, do you want to talk about how and why you wanted to start your fitness journey?
Yeah.
From the point where you walked into my facility and you said, hey, you know what? This is what I want to do. Like, what made you want to walk in there? What made you want to make that phone call to who helped you to speak to me and get in touch with me? Like, what made you want to do it?
Okay, so we're going to start from the beginning and we're going to get real personal.
Gotcha.
And the only reason I want to get real personal is because I feel like it's really important for people to understand my journey and not think that I'm sitting here just because I'm gorgeous, intelligent, wise, There's more to me. There's more to me.
I understand.
So I battled with cancer. That's
Gotcha.
something that I dealt with in about 4 years ago. And I was in a really dark place, probably the darkest I've ever been. And I've allowed myself to gain a lot of weight due to depression, due to anxiety, due to a fear of dying, a fear of just existing as a single parent, right? Gotcha. And so I really thought to myself, if I'm going to live, it has to be for me, and it has to be for the want and the need to be better for myself.
Gotcha.
So I started getting my shit together. I started eating healthier. I ended up moving back to Myrna Valley because I was in LA for 15 years, and I was able to come down here and purchase a house on my own. Whoop, whoop, single moms. Where you at?
You can do it.
So you can do it.
You can do it.
And so we had a mutual friend named Brian, shout out to Brian, who had posted you on his Instagram.
Yeah.
And I was like, this big ass buff dude.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see what the fuck he talking about. Because I don't want a trainer that is not going to look healthy. I'm sorry. No shade to those that look good.
You know what? We'll save that discussion for later too. But sorry. Go ahead.
But I just felt like I needed somebody who was on a fitness path that was able to really push me to that next level. And you looked like you was gonna be mean, and I needed that. I needed that like real rough training at that moment in my life, right?
Rough, rugged, and raw.
Right. And so and so basically I hit you up in the DMs.
In the DMs.
It goes down in the DMs.
Definitely
Not
does.
like that. Cause I ain't like that. But
No.
I hit him up in the DM and said, hey, let's start training. You met me, and that's what's basically started our friendship. That's how we became best friends.
Best friends, besties.
All
right?
day. All day.
Hey, so and I want you guys to know something. You know, like there was that from the time I met you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was a roller coaster.
Oh, it was.
Hey,
It was.
Magic Mountains all
I
over
put you
again.
through it.
But not necessarily.
And emotionally, I was a hot mess.
Yeah, definitely. But
Yeah.
you know, me being who I am, and you know, the rock that I am,
Yeah.
you know, I was able to deal, and you know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
we got the wheels turning. So, I just want to say, like, you know what, I'm proud of what you're doing right now, and you still steady doing what you're doing. One thing about me, I want you to let you guys know something real quick before we get off of this subject. Me as a trainer, a health instructor, I'm not the type of person who wants you to stay with me just to be with me at all. I want you to learn. I want you to grow. I want you to fly on your own so that later on they could be like, oh yeah, that guy right there is the one who helped me out.
I will add that I was with you, training with you for a year and a half, and within that year and a half, I lost 60 pounds. My mental health increased just because of the time we spent. Honestly, you helped me build a stronger mentality. You reminded me. You kept reminding me of me reminding myself of who I am.
Always.
You know.
Always.
And a lot of, I would just want to say, not in a creepy trainer way. Like, he was very respectful, very authentic, always told me, just remember who you are. You know, deep down inside, he saw it in me because I do talk my shit.
Yeah.
I've always been that bitch, okay?
Well, hold on. I'm gonna humble you for a second. You would
Shit.
talk that shit, but sometimes you would definitely not be that person you talking like.
No, and I would lose myself. And then there was times I wanted to quit. There was times where those 60 pounds felt like it was going to be impossible to lose.
Right.
And I didn't see no change. And I didn't see it, but other people were seeing it. Or it was vice versa, where people weren't seeing it and I was seeing it. And it's like, you always want that like confirmation of somebody saying, damn, you doing the shit, you know? And what I realized is, while training with you, is if I don't need to hear it from nobody else. As long as I feel like I'm doing what I need to do, that's what matters. But again, you know, throughout our journey, if we want to tell the whole story, since we're here already, story time. Throughout that journey, I did have to take a step back from training with you, because I remember telling you that, I don't know if you remember this, but I told you that I was showing up to the gym because I knew you were there.
No, I remember you telling me that. And
Yeah.
And the thing is this right here.
But let me
go ahead, finish.
let me explain what that means. 'Cause I don't want people think that I'm at the gym because he's there. Like, it's not like that.
Nah, I know what it means.
Meaning, like, the only reason I showed up is because he was there. Meaning, like, if I know somebody is counting on me to be there, if this is his business, I'm not gonna waste his time. I'm gonna show up. Not because I want to be there, not because I want to do the workout, not because I want to heal myself at that moment. I was showing up because I told this man, I gave this man my word, and my word is my bond, that I was going to show up. So at that moment, I had to step back and say, I have to start showing up to the gym for myself. So me and him had a conversation because I respect him as my friend, and said, you know, I need to take a step back and really start showing up for myself. And I started going to the gym by myself. It was hard. I would call you crying.
Yeah.
This is horrible, you know? But you were always an authentic friend no matter what during that process, and wasn't like, you know, one of those trainers that's like, no, we'll come back to the gym. You knew I was on my journey. And I appreciate you for that. And I don't think I've ever said that to you, but thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for not like telling me like, give up and come over here, you know, like you knew what journey I was. And within that journey that I was on my own for a little bit, I realized that I wanted to do bodybuilding. And I sat you down and I talked to you about that.
What did I say to you?
And you was like, go for that shit.
Nah, but what did I say to you the first time you told me about it? Tell them what I told you.
Oh, you fucking pissed me off.
Tell them what I told you, though.
You was
And
like,
then on top of that, tell them why I told you, if you remember why I told you that.
I told him, I said, Mr. Mega, I want to do bodybuilding. And he said, you ain't proven enough to me that you of what you wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Of you ain't shown me that that you're capable of doing that.
And so I said, show me.
He said, show me.
She got upset.
Oh, I was pissed because first of all, I ain't got to show nobody shit. Okay.
Hey, well.
But that lit a fire in me. And I knew what he was like. I didn't know what he was doing at the time because I was so angry and irate about it. But because he knew me for so long, I knew like it just lit a gas light under my ass. And I was like, oh, I'm going to show you. All right. And I ain't looked back since, right?
No. I mean, and the thing is that like, I'm like that with everybody. I don't care who you are. If you tell me something, because I grew up in that I grew up in that era where it was like, you was being challenged every single time. Mm-hmm. And you know, I had some older cats that used to tell me shit like, oh, you ain't got it. You can't do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like one of them like, well, you know, or you say something crazy to me, and I'm like, well, you got to show me. Mm-hmm. Like, if I'm that, you got to show me. And if you believe that, then show me. Or if you don't think so, well, I'm going to show you. And not that I feel like, you know, anybody has to prove anything to anyone else. Right. But when we having a friend conversation, when we having a family conversation, and you tell me something, don't talk.
Yeah.
Don't talk.
And we're similar in that way. Yeah.
Do that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe that we have to sit here and go, oh, well, well, guess what? We're going to start a podcast. Mm-hmm. Look around, bro. Look at this shit. So all I'm saying is like, a lot of people take, a lot of times, if I was to say that to someone else, that's why I don't like to put myself in that area with a lot of people, because sometimes when I say certain things like, oh, well, show me, it's like they're kind of thinking to me like, oh, he thinks he's so damn good that he doesn't understand where I'm coming from. When they ask that man this, like, ask me this. So, and it's like, no, it has nothing to do with that. But if anybody cares about a person enough, they're gonna make sure to spark something within you, to make sure that you're gonna show them. And not just show them, show yourself.
Yeah.
Show yourself. We have been on that fitness journey for so long, you know what I'm saying, for over a year and some change. And, you know, there was great moments in there, but there was messed up moments in that situation. And so when you came and told me that, just to clear up a little bit things if I've never said it, it was like, yo, well, how do you go from having these thoughts and having these things to feeling this way? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? What was the buildup? And so when you said, all right, and you know you had to go and do what you had to do, I'm not mad. I want to see you do it, though.
Yeah.
And that's what it really strands from. Like, I want to see greatness out of anybody around me. Like, I don't care what you're doing. Like, one thing about me is I want to see you do great. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I just had a homie. I mean, you know who I'm talking about, and we don't have to tell this. But he was talking about getting a house. He went and got the house.
Yeah.
He went and got the house. And I know that was a situation for him. Mm-hmm. You know, so I'm proud of that. And I told him, dog, I'm proud of you. You feel me? Because, man, like, so many people that be around people and just be hating on each other. Like, I could never do that. It's not inside me.
No.
You know? A lot of people take all of the things that, the way that I mess with people's heads when we're in the gym or when we're in certain places and how I talk to people, it's never out of arrogance. Mm-mm. It's never out of, you know, like, I'm better than you or anything. It's just like, I want to see you do it. So however I got to get you to do it. I told a kid the other day, if I got to piss you off to get it out of you, I'm going to do it every single time. Yeah. Every single time. Yep. Every time. If I got to piss you off to get it out of you, I'm going to do it. Why? Because I want to see greatness out of you, because I see it in you.
Right.
You're here.
Right.
So, you know, I'm glad that you sticking to it, and I'm proud of you for that. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks. That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Oh, my God.
And we got it on camera.
On camera. For the books, right? So check it out. My next thing. So, you know, well, how you feel about them Cowboys?
Let me tell you something.
All right, hold on.
No, don't cut me off and talk about the Cowboys. Hold on. Hold on. Let me tell you something.
Since we in here talking about it, we're gonna get
I am a Cowboy fan, and I've been a Cowboy fan since I was 4 years old, and it ain't gonna change because I'm loyal to the soil, whether they're good or bad. So shout out to those Cowboys. But I am not a delusional fan, y'all. This year, I realized to myself, I said, self, we know the Cowboys are not gonna make it to the Super Bowl, self, because Dak Prescott's not gonna take us there. That's just simple as that. But one thing I told you, I'm not a delusional fan. I said, if we can't beat the 49ers, we're not making it to the Super Bowl for sure. Because that's who we would have to beat. And we definitely didn't win that game. And I'm glad I didn't watch it with you. because I remember I said, let's go watch it.
We
And
were
I was
all
like,
supposed to watch it. Yeah.
thank goodness we didn't, because I would probably been crying because I'm a shit you be talking. But yeah, no, I'm not upset about the sorry ass season we had that people are proud of. I don't even know why Dak said that shit. It wasn't a season to be proud of because of the teams that we won really weren't shit anyways. But you know, I'm gonna die a Cowboy fan, unfortunately. My son is a Ravens fan. I wish I would have jumped on that bandwagon, but it's too late now.
Well, that was just a curveball question. I was just messing with you.
But when the 49ers and the Ravens go against each other, it's Ravens all day. Purple. Because of my son only. Go Cowboys.
Remember this conversation. We'll be back with it in a couple of weeks. But anyway.
Go Ravens.
So anyway, my next question is, so within this podcast, what are your goals for this podcast? Your personal goals for this podcast, and what do you want to do with it?
You coming in hot with the questions. Okay.
Hey, man. Got to.
Okay, little, what's that one show host? Was it Martel?
Montel. Oh man, the bald-headed guy with the ring in his ear. Yeah, the Michael Jordan.
It's like a little, like a thicker version of Martel.
What?
That's you.
No, come on, come on, dog. Don't do me like that. Answer the question.
Oh, sorry. All right. So, my goals for this podcast. So I have
thick, bro.
That's a good thing.
No, don't call me.
But
thick.
if you call women thick, it's a good thing, right?
That's different, bro.
No, it's not.
That's different.
If a woman calls you thick, that means you buff.
No, the fuck it don't.
Yes, it does.
No, it don't. Listen, ladies, I'm going to stop this right now.
Hello, yes, it does.
And I'm going to stop this right now. When you call a man thick, you know what? I'm going to leave it alone. Because I can't get into this right now. When you call a man thick, just know, in his mind, he probably like... He cursing you out.
What did I do to deserve
this?
this?
You know what I'm saying? Because when you call a man thick, hey, have you ever saw that one? It's like I don't know if it's an Instagram meme or something, where dude running on the boat and he got like a BBL and all of that running.
Yeah, I
and
seen it.
He looked. That's what I imagine when you call me thick. Like, come on, dog, don't do me like that, bro. Come on.
He looked thick.
Okay, I ain't built like that. That's Huey the Duck.
No. I just You're a buffer version of Montel. Does that make you happier?
No.
All right.
No, it doesn't. I'm sad now.
Sorry. Montel's a good looking dude.
My name is Martel.
I know. Martel goes together. Anyway, let's fast forward. So back to what we were talking about.
Back to the question, please.
My goals. So I have personal goals and I have like our goals, right? So that I want to align with you on is basically personally, I just want to be able to reach as many people as possible, whether you're going through something mentally, because I'm big on mental health, physically, because I'm working on my physical health, and spiritually. You know, I really believe in like aligning with yourself and really getting to know who you are, so that you don't need validation from anybody but you and God. That's it.
True.
That's my personal goal for this podcast. Is if my past or what I say helps you in any kind of way, you know, that's all I can ask for. And as like on a business wise, me and you, like, I just hope that we just continue to grow and, you know, share this fitness experience and basically the mega mentality really that we're trying to promote. And it's just being the best you that you can be, I think.
Got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I understand. I feel the same. I'm a piggyback off of what you just said, as far as like, I'll answer that question before it ever gets asked of me later on down the line. But, you know, my initial goal is to be, to bring a lot of like, different views of rather just fitness. And the thing, hold on, when I'm saying fitness, I mean like from an aspect, like we spoke about music, how music and fitness collide with each other, how relationships and fitness collide with each other, how, you know, all these things all collide and it all leads back to taking care of your health. I want to make sure that everybody's just taking care of their health. I don't care if you're like the buffest guy. I don't care if you're like the most fit chick. I don't care, but I just care that most people, one thing about me is take care of your body.
Yep.
Like you only get one of these, you know what I'm saying? You only get one of them. You can rebuild a car. It's very hard to rebuild your body. You know, when stuff starts going bad, you know what I mean? And I don't mean that just from the physical standpoint. I mean that from the mental standpoint too. Like, there's some things that go on with people that some of us couldn't even imagine,
Exactly.
or even how to deal. So my biggest thing is that while we're on this platform and we're talking about it's mega time, we're not just talking and goofing off about certain things. Because some things are going to get real serious sometimes. But at the end of the day, I do want to promote not just mental health, physical health, and spiritual at the same time. But it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just want us to do great and be great, and then bring in anybody and help out anybody and everybody we can. Pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
And I look forward to, our special guests that we got coming onto the show in the future. We got a lot of cool people coming. A lot
of cool people.
Different parts of the world, different ideas, different avenues. We got a lot of different avenues. And I think that's awesome because we're so different, but yet we align so well.
Again, the one thing that always brings it together is fitness.
Yeah.
Again, so we can
music. Music is big
too.
for us.
Right. But what I'm saying is like the one thing that is like the magnet and everything is the fitness. But like I said, if you're in the gym, and I've been around the gym since I was a kid, man. And I remember seeing them old heads always sitting over there constantly talking. Like, I'm like, damn, what the hell these guys got to talk about for so damn long without doing a set or whatever. And people bring their household to the gym. People bring their favorite song to the gym. People bring their car situation to the gym. People bring their school to the gym. People bring every single possible thing into the gym. And not just that, but then fitness always helps them out.
Yep.
Fitness has helped me be able to meet different people from different walks of life and being able to understand that, because I was a very, 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 very like to myself person. I'm an introvert to the max, but I still...
Nobody believes that, by the way.
No one does. But if you know me, like, people don't understand. Like, when I go to the mall, I be really trying to get in and out of there. You know how many times I didn't hear from people? And I'm a big ass dude. So, like, it's hard for me to hide from people because I don't want to talk.
You can't hide your thick ass.
Fuck, come on, bro. Listen, I don't like wanting to talk, but at the same time, I do know, like, one thing I learned, and I don't want to go deep into that conversation, but as far as, like, I learned this in 2018, a little bit after a situation I went through, how I never knew how much I actually influence people, how much I actually help people without even speaking to these people. I didn't know until this one guy, I had a situation going on. I was away from social media. I was away from the gym for a while. And he said, hey, man, I haven't he DM'd me. He goes, down on the DM, not like that. But he was like, down in the DM. He said, I haven't seen you in the gym, man. And he's like, I just want you to know, bro, like you really, you helped me out a lot, bro. Like you influenced me a lot, man. And I just want you to know, like, I miss seeing your videos, because I was posting crazy too. And this was 2018.
Isn't it wild how people actually like watch our videos? And
I don't even know, right? Because I don't know, sometimes I don't even know who my audience is a lot of times on Instagram because we're not sitting up here. But this is going to help a lot of people be able to, speak to us in a different type of way. But when that happened, I said, damn, like, I ain't even know. I didn't know. And so it made me start to really reevaluate myself.
Right.
And to how I got to speak to people. Like, my patience level had to kind of like I had to work on my patience. And I'm still working on my patience. Because if you know me, my patience is shit. Like, I don't have good patience at all.
I think people will believe that.
That is the truth. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm working on it. But
that's all we can do.
That's all you can do. But at the same time, so he told me that, and I was like, dang, like, you know what? I got to make sure that I make myself a little bit more available to people. And, the one thing
approachable.
And available.
Okay.
Because approachable, I think when you're in the gym, it's easy for you to go up to the guy that looks a certain type of way.
No.
Because you can't speak for yourself. We're just going to speak for we're speaking for because
neutral parties.
Right.
Let's
and
go.
so the thing is, like, I'm saying, like, I've seen more people come up to me in the gym versus coming up to me in the street. More because I'm in there. And they're focused. A lot of kids, like especially teenagers or young guys that are in their 20s or whatever, they come up to me like, hey, man, like, how did you get like this? It's something about me makes them want to come and speak to me. Even some girls, you know what I'm saying? So I had to make myself a little bit more available to have those conversations. Even though sometimes when I'm training, I'm like, dude, don't fucking talk to me right now.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes.
I'm in go mode. But
yeah, definitely.
One thing I did was I did make myself available for people a little bit more. Like when people hit me up in DMs or, while I'm at the gym and ask me like, hey, man, like, what supplement should I take, or what do you eat? Like, how did you get like that, or this, that, and the other? I give them a brief conversation. I'll give them my IG, or I'll give them my TikTok or whatever, Facebook, whatever. And I'll just be like, or, if it's that important, you can have my phone number, bro. Give me a call. Sweetheart, give me a call. Hold on. Not like that, but give me a call. Like that. Because at the end of the day, it could, for one, I own a business. If you need some work, let's get to work. So, but at the end of the day, I just want to be able to say, like, hey, man, you know what? Again, I'm helping that person.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of people will look at me and be like, they used to be like, oh, that guy's an asshole. Well, I truly am. Don't get it twisted. But at the end of the day, I'm probably like one of the best assholes you ever meet in your life. You know what I mean?
I can agree.
So, you can agree?
Yeah.
So
the best.
So at the end of the day, man, like I just want to make sure that we're really just being. I was always being a helping hand, but that taught me a lot going into the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And so recently, again, having certain things go down and. Being, us going back to when we first started training, it taught me a lot because I got a new wave of people. I got a couple of new personalities. Being by yourself is different than working. I was, at the time, at 2018, I was working in the corporate gym.
Right.
I mean, and then, I got my own thing going. And so it's a lot different. So my approach is different.
Right.
You know what I mean? One thing about it is I'm a for sure be myself.
You have to be.
God, no, because when you in that corporate world, they be wanting you to
smile and look pretty. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can relate because I work in marketing and I've been doing that for about 8 years. So you do have to portray yourself a certain kind of way in order to really grow the ladder of the corporate America. So I do have a question for you though.
Let's run it. You just run
I want a couple questions in one actually. I want people to understand how you got to where you are now. People think it's the roids, but it's not, because I know it's not. But I want people to understand how you got to where you are from the beginning. Like, what made you start working out? What made you want to start training? And how you keep your physique now? So 3 questions really are happening right now.
I'm going to try and break that down. If I miss part of the question, just...
The first question is, tell me how you started. Tell us how you started.
So, when I started? Okay, so this is crazy.
Because people think this happens overnight.
Got you.
This does not happen overnight.
No, this don't happen overnight. So if everybody knows my family, they all call me Fat Boy. they call me Fat Boy. My dad, I call my dad right now, he'll tell my mom, your fat son's on the phone. You know what I mean? It's just something. And
okay, so would you rather have fat son or thick son?
Fat.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
right.
Call me fat, bro. Don't do that.
I get it.
That thick shit.
I won't say it again.
With, unless it's, you know what? I'm not. You
pause.
Know. Anyway, so how it all started. When I started lifting weights or just start working out. Because I've always
What's the difference for you? What was the difference in your life?
Working out was being that kid that was just outside, just
athletic
and just playing sports. You know what I'm saying? That's working out.
So let's just say since you've been a kid, you've always been fit.
No.
Okay,
so the fat boy situation came from being, literally, I was a little chunky boy.
So how were you athletic and chunky? Don't say thick.
Because I can do that. Just like I'm big and athletic right now.
I can't do that.
Just like these bionic arms still move really good.
I don't know, because I feel like I can still whip somebody's ass in a heartbeat.
So I mean, we're not gonna talk about any of those things, but I'm gonna get back to what I was saying. So I was always athletic. You know what I mean? I was one of them kids that was just kind of like I ran everywhere. I don't know what it was. Like, oh, there we're at the mall. We were running from the car. Run to the mall. Like I don't know why.
Where did you live, sir?
Out here. I'm from LA. I'm from LA, but I moved out here early 90s. But and I have brothers too.
Okay.
So I've always had like a certain, like, if me and my brothers or whoever was cousins, if my mom, we was somewhere and we racing to the door, like, I'll race you to here. Like, it was just always one of those things.
Just running.
You're running. In front of grandma's house on holidays, we outside playing football. You know what I'm saying? 8 years old, 7 years old. Smacking each other into the bushes. You know what I'm saying? Like, when
y'all were some real kids, not like these soft kids nowadays.
No, not these kids nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't do that. Like, I remember when, my junior high time, my father, he started working out, and I was probably 12 years old.
12.
And I remember my cousin had came down. Now his dad was a bodybuilder.
Okay.
And he, my cousin Lionel. And it's funny because I'm big cousin now.
Did he shrink?
No, he just never grew.
Oh.
So, but that's my big cousin. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Linnell.
Yeah, shout out to my guy. So he came over, man, and he was like, damn, this dude's buff. And so I was like, I had Olympic weights in my backyard.
Those are expensive.
But my dad had all this. This is, you know what I'm saying? So I had a whole, as a kid, I always had iron in my backyard. So
that's awesome.
My cousin started working. He was like, "Hey, let's go in the backyard and work it out." This is summertime too, and we would just go back there, and I would just mess around and just lift weights. Now I was 12-year-old, but I was lifting the 25s on each side on the Olympic bar. So I was lifting 95, bench pressing 95 pounds at like 12 years old.
I bench press 95 now.
Sorry,
guys.
So I was back there, you know what I'm saying, like hitting me like a few times, you know what I'm saying. And so when he left that summer, I kind of stayed with it, and that's how it all started. When I got about like 15 years old and I was playing football in school, my dad would take me to the gym with him and his guys. And so I'm around all these old school cats. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just like, they was talking crazy shit. Like, oh, no, I don't want to get into the conversation, but if you know them old school cats back in the day, they just talk crazy to each other. Oh, you ain't got it. You sorry. You know, just crazy. So I'd just be over there like, and then one day I remember my dad saying like, I'll sick my son on your ass. So, but my dad was a big dude, but he was talking crazy to his friend, like pretty much saying like, my teenage son he's stronger than you. Your grown ass. Like, and I was just like, hey, bro, I ain't got nothing to do with this shit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out. My little 95 bench press.
No, but at the time at 15 years old, I'm bench pressing 275.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm 275, like 15 years old, 16 years old. So, that was like my max around that time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, 15, 16 years old. But
that's my dream one day.
No, you don't want to do that. Trust me.
I do.
It's a lot. It's a lot that comes with 275 bench pressing as a woman. Like,
I just saw this little ass 5 foot nothing, 120 pounder fucking lift up 275 like it was nothing.
Was she squatting it?
No, she was bench pressing, and she's tiny.
You got to show me that.
I will. I'll show.
I want to invite her to the show.
I already asked her.
Hey man, because
I asked two, a bodybuilder, female that I know, that's a pro.
There's some strong women out there too.
And then this little ass 5 foot nothing lifting up fucking 275. They can be on the show. Make me look bad, but they're gonna be on the show.
Hey man, well let's have at it. But so that was what started, and then when, you know, obviously as a kid, like I just always, anytime I was going through something or I felt a certain type of way, to get my aggression out, like, you know what I'm saying, where if I wanted to hit somebody or if I wanted to get something off, you know what I'm saying, like I go work out, I will go box, and it's just something about that damn iron that will like really like make me calm down.
Yeah,
it will make me calm down.
The mental.
It will beat your ass. Put it that way. It will beat your ass. So I just always kind of stay with it. Even as an adult, like coming from playing football, you know, boxing, roughhousing, mixed martial arts, whatever you want to call it, right?
It was your outlet.
Yeah, like it just really made me like, damn, like no matter what, because I'm gonna tell you something about some weights, some iron. It has no emotion.
None.
And it will fuck you up.
Yep.
It's way harder than you. It's way stronger than you. It has nothing. Everything that you have as a human being, it don't have. And so,
you taught me that actually.
Yeah, and so what will happen is you will be pissed off one day, and you will think that you can be like, oh, I'm angry, so I'm going to go in here and do this. No, it's not going to work that way, bro.
It will humble you real quick.
Fast. And so I just stayed with it. You know what I mean? I never really not worked out. Even through my days of just like partying and having fun, like no matter what. I remember there was times with me and my guys, you know, and you know, when I was young and I was in my early 20s, we'd be drinking and chugging whiskey out of a beer bong and doing curls at the same time. You know what I mean? My boy Mitch and Jeff and Brian Morris, they will tell you like these things we would do before when we were going out. Oh man, we was getting lit and working out and getting fit, getting lit and getting fit.
That's wild.
Very wild.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Wild times too.
Yeah.
Times too.
To be young again.
You have no idea.
To be young again.
So no, that's good though. That's good. That's good. But what I'm saying is, like, man, like, I've always stayed with it, you know. And then I must just speed it up a little bit by the time we get to 2014, I really just kind of, I got tired of, I was hanging out still and doing all of that and partying and staying up late. And I really just got into my nutrition.
Okay.
I really like got into my nutrition, like stopped eating the bullshit, like, you know what I mean? And
drinking as much.
Definitely drinking as much. Smoking, I cut smoking out like 2007. And trust me, I tried smoking like, I think a lot of people forget, like they don't understand, like, yo, I had my time too while I was out there having fun and, doing what I was doing, just like everybody else. But it comes time to where it's like, man, I don't even like doing this no more. I don't like waking up feeling hungover. You know what I mean? But 2014, I got myself together, nutrition wise, and it was weirdly, like, I swear I gave myself about like 3 months, and you just see this weird change in my body, like weird. It was like almost like that other form was coming,
right?
You know what I mean? And right from there on in, like, I just stayed with it, and so now 10 years later, with me still keeping a decent nutrition plan, and because I don't want to go through the whole everything.
No, it's fine.
Because I've been through a lot. I think there was injuries along the way. Yep. There was tragedies along the way. There was all types of things that could have stopped me from being who I am today that happened along the way. But to end this conversation of being who I am right now, I just stayed doing what I was doing. I'll stay consistent. Even when I was hurt, even when I was broke down, even when I was going through something, even when, like things didn't look so bright for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I stayed with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know this has always been the one outlet that I've always had. I remember my mom and my brother.
I think it was more consistency. I'm sorry, not consistency. Discipline. You had a lot of discipline within your fitness. Because consistency, sometimes we lack consistency a lot of the time.
True, but you want to know something though too? Like, it comes from my childhood as well.
Right. You're saying about your mom? Sorry.
No, my mom. No. But I'm going to piggyback off what you said. I'll go back to that in a minute. He goes to, my mom and my brother was having a conversation. He was like, that's why he lives like that, because that's how he deals with his emotions. You know what I mean? And part of it is true, but part of it, it was just something to keep me normal. Because if for people who really know me, they know who I am.
Right.
And they know how I can be.
Yeah.
And so, it saved me from a lot. Fitness saved me from a lot of things, you know what I mean? And so I'm just happy to be able to have this in my life, you know what I mean? Because, hey, it should be wild out there, bro.
It could be a whole different story, right? Yeah. So I think it's interesting that throughout your life, you said you were an athlete, you did a lot of different things. What made you decide to become a personal trainer?
I was coaching, I was doing football camps.
Right.
And I was coaching the football team. And again, I remember, this goes back to my boy Mitch, because when he was losing his weight, we was all partying still. And I remember I was training him, and I was coaching football at the same time. And what was happening was, a lot of those kids would be like, Coach, how do you do this? Or Coach, how do you do that? And then parents would come up to me and be like, oh, I love what you're doing with my son, and yada, yada, yada. And they were like, hey, are you a personal trainer? Like, 'cause at the time I was working at a gym a little bit. And so I was like, nah, I don't know about all that. 'Cause again, it's that personal thing. It's that thing where I got to speak to people. And if you know me back then, I really didn't like speaking to people that I didn't know. And so I remember one day I was just like, man, you know what? This is what happened. My boy Don, he's like a big brother to me, man. He actually helped me a lot when it came to fitness. He was one of those guys that my dad was talking crazy to in the gym back in the day. He helped me. I trained with him for a long time. He taught me so much. So shout out to Don.
Shout out to Don.
Shout out to Don for sure. He's one of the biggest influences that I've had in my life when it comes to this right here and outside of this right here. He was like, I remember one time I was like, bro, I don't want to be working like 3 hours a day, because I was only working 3 hours a day, but I had other stuff going on outside the gym. And he was like, you want more? He was like, you got to show me you want more. So I said, well, why don't you let me train? And he was like, well, you got to do this to train. I was like, bro, like, you're trying to break me down, dog. Like, what's up? So
that's where he gets it from.
Yeah, so he called me in the back, and him and Adam Pennington, he was like, hey, well, he said, look, bro, this is how he talks. He He said, look, bro. He said, one thing about you is, he said, man, he said, you're a handsome guy. He said, but when people see you, they're intimidated. I'm like, bro, I hate when people use that intimidated thing towards me. So he said, if you want more hours, you want to do this, he said, this is what you need to do. He said, and fucking smile more. He said, you got a good ass smile, man. Fucking smile. And I was like, all right. And you know how hard that shit was. I was like,
it's like the most fakest smile.
Oh, she was crazy. So I was like, man, all right.
Go ahead, Martel.
Look, so I'm not playing with you right now. So he pretty much, he was like, check it out, bro. Do this, and this is what we're gonna see. Do this, and the other, and we're gonna see what we can do from here. So I did it. You know, I went through the levels, and then he was like, all right. So I remember signing my first personal training package. And he gave me that as my client. And he was like, let's see what you can do.
Nice.
Signed her up. It was a $1,500 deal. An old lady too, right? And it was crazy because it crushed me after this. And I think it was something to see he wanted to see how I was going to react. And the morning that I had her in training, this is when I used to do that 5 a.m. shit. And she called off and said she couldn't make it. And then called and said that she was canceling her training. Yeah, Don spoke to her. And so I was like, dog, what the fuck, bro? Like,
yeah.
Like that it bothered me because that was my first like deal. Bro.
Wait, does that mean the money had to be returned?
Yes.
That's some bullshit.
So
okay.
So then that's commission for me too.
Yeah.
On a $1,500 spill, bro. Dog, at that time I was winning, dog. You know, so I was like, man, you know what? All right. Fuck it. And I just, after that, he taught me the game. He was like, when you see somebody on the floor and you see they're not doing a workout correctly, or when you see somebody that look like they need help, go talk to them.
Yeah.
That's where me being able to go and have conversations with people started. And that's when I started to be like, you know what? Well, fuck it. I only had one daughter at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was just like, I think that actually started making me move because it was like, I want to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to be just a salesperson. I'm bigger than that.
Yeah.
You know, and so.
Knowing you now, I couldn't see you working at like a corporate gym.
No.
Just because of the way you work and just your personality, like it just doesn't fit right with you.
No.
And let me tell people, you cancel on Martel, that's like the worst thing you could do. Because one, you should be honoring what you say. And two, that's wasting somebody's time. That's totally messed up. And I, do not condone that. Or
not being on time.
Oh, that never happened to me. Well, I can't say never. Never say never. But
hey,
it didn't happen often.
No, it didn't happen often.
Yeah.
And so, like, he's one of the guys who really was influential for me.
Right.
Just understanding this game, being in this game, and the fitness game and stuff like that. He's always like just had my back. Whatever ideas I came up with, always supported me whenever I had an idea, or always wanted the best for me. Like, he was one of them people. Like, it was like this, bro. And put it like, okay, so the It's Mega Christmas parties or the events I do. I got that from him.
Yeah.
I got that that's one of the things I got from him. And then like how I'm like so like, I guess you could say like I'm very like just straightforward, direct. I got that from him. Like how I want to see you get your results, I got that from him. Like, because one thing he always told me is like, hey Martel, he said, the worst thing you can do is always make it about money.
No, that's the worst. Yeah, and you can tell.
It's always make it about money.
Yep.
He said once, in this game, he said, but when people know that you genuinely want to help them, they gonna come back to you every single time.
Yep.
And one thing about me is I've never been a guy who just cared about money like that. If I got it, I got it. If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't.
Right.
If I can help you, I can help you.
Exactly.
And so, he really just had a big influence on this fitness shit that I do now.
Shout out to him, man.
Yeah, Don, that's my guy, man. Shout out to Don, bro.
Where's Don at?
Don is in Oxnard. He works for he's still in the fitness game. Oh, we got a moth in here. Get out of here, buddy.
That's the angry side of Mr. Mega.
Yeah.
But I actually enjoy nature, so moths live freely.
Oh my God.
But I want to touch on something that you mentioned about, going up to people at the gym and helping them out when they're doing something wrong, because I had an incident that happened to me.
Let me hear.
So, for you guys that don't know me, I work out at a gym by myself. I have online training actually with his brother. And so he provides my workouts or whatever. And then I'm by myself at the gym, right? And so as I was working out on this damn machine called the hip thrust, which I don't know why they got, because I was using the barbell just fine. And they got a hip thrust machine. So here I go trying to get on this damn machine. I know for a fact I was doing it wrong. And I know for a fact there was a trainer in that damn gym. Did not come up to me, assist me, or ask me if I needed any help whatsoever. So, this is my opinion on that. If you see somebody doing some fucked up shit, you should be willing to go up to somebody and say, hey, you doing that shit fucked up, because guess what? You get hurt. And mind you, I'm not doing it to the point where I'm gonna hurt myself, because I felt it in certain areas of my muscles, so at least it was working something. But the target area, it was not working, okay? And I posted up this video, go to V West of Fit if you want to check it out. But question to you, trainer.
Speak it.
Why the hell didn't he come up to me and help me?
I'm gonna give you. Look, I'm gonna just give you the straight real answer.
Because I wasn't paying him?
No, that's not why.
Because he an a-hole?
That's not why either.
Oh, he intimidated?
No, that's not why either.
I was too hot?
I'm gonna give you the real broad
That's
answer.
too fat.
To that.
I'm just kidding.
I don't think it's any of those, but I'm gonna be. So this is the thing right here, because I've done it, and I'm a trainer, and I'm not I'm not the person about money, none of that anyway. But there's been plenty of times I've walked up to a female, or a guy, and I'm like, hey, bro, or hey, hey, ma'am, you should do it like this, yada yada yada. And they will. There's three things they'll do. Look at you like, motherfucker, who is you talking? Who are you? That's one.
Read the room. Yes. Okay.
That's one they do to you, right? The other one is, okay, I got it. You show them, they go right back to doing the same shit they did that you told them not to do. Then three, because you got to understand, you can't stand there. You're not going to work with somebody the whole damn time. So, right? So then three is right here. Oh, well, like the attitudes. Yo, I'm talking about, like it literally be like you literally just walked over there and spit on them type of attitude sometimes. And I've gotten that from male and females where they just look at you like, hey, get the fuck out of here. Who are you? Like,
let me just keep doing this shit fucked up.
Pretty much.
Let them live in their delusion.
And so what I do is I'll look at somebody, like even now, like when I go to different gyms and I'm looking and I go, okay. And like there's, okay, I'm gonna say it. There's this gym that I go to and I see this lady every time. And I'm in the gym pretty much, this particular gym, almost more than any other gym that I go to. This girl works on legs every day.
Every day?
Every day.
That's not even healthy.
Listen, every day.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
It's a special connection.
Does she have quads?
And the shit ain't connected.
Ooh, so, okay. That's why she's working out every day.
So there's been times where I wanted to say, like, I wanted to just say, card, hey, hit me up. You know what I mean? I want to help you out. Yada, yada, yada. Boom, 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 boom. But those people be so prideful because it's like they really know what they're doing.
Those people are ruining my life. Hey, let me tell you.
Hey,
I could have used you. Do you know how much of a pump? Like I think like some pre-workout I had some freaking Mexican tea that I drank. I was ready.
You was on 10.
I was on 20.
Shit.
And I could have used that assistance in that moment to hit my glutes the way they were supposed to be hit. And he didn't help me because of these other people in this world that are causing this ruckus in my life.
Listen, man, like, and that's a big thing. I want to really like put this out there. People, listen to me. Stop putting $1 before your actual goals. Stop putting $1 because guess what? You'll spend that same dollar on some dirty ass food. You'll spend that same dollar on that shitty ass drink. You'll spend that same dollar on a bag. You'll spend that same dollar on some kicks. You'll spend that same dollar on something that's just so unnecessary within your life. If you know that you want to look a certain type of way, if you know that you want to be built this way, or you want your glutes to be big, or you want your arms to be big, you want your chest to pop out, your abs to look like this, go and get some help. There's nothing wrong with help. I'm gonna tell you right now, I say this to everybody all the time. to every stubborn person. Even the most wealthiest, the most richest people in the world need help. They cannot operate without the help that they have to be that person that they are today. They can't. It's impossible.
Yeah.
So even if you're at the bottom, guess what? You need help.
I associate that with you always have to be willing to learn something.
Always.
If you're not learning, then you might as well be dead. That's what, shout out to the appliance fixer guy, Greg, told me today.
You're doing a lot of shout outs.
I know, right?
It's perfect.
We should sponsor us, Greg. But let me tell you that in that moment, it's not that I will spend some money to get some help.
Right.
It's the fact. It's to me. It's the because I talk to your brother about it and say, hey, what did I do wrong? We go over what we did wrong or whatever. What I did wrong. Mm-hmm. And if you've seen my workout videos, my form is never perfect.
No, it's not.
Let me tell you something. First of all, it's not always not perfect.
No, it's not. No.
There's one or two videos where it's like, damn, she's doing the damn thing.
Vanessa, look, can I get a few in? See, look.
Don't play me.
This is what I'm gonna have to deal with here. Check it out. And I don't mean that in a bad way. What I'm meaning that is it's not. And so you're still like,
I'm learning.
There you go.
I'm learning.
That's all I was gonna say. And so for most people who think that like, I'm just saying, like, again, we gonna have these. This is me and her. So
yeah, this is
we
normal.
gonna do this. This is an everyday situation.
Yeah, this is normal.
We go back and forth. But she knows she's still learning. Mm-hmm. One thing, like for instance, like when you went to LA Fitness, when we were in LA Fitness last week, and you were doing the row.
Yes.
And I came over and I corrected. I said, hey, we doing it this way.
Yep.
Now I haven't been training her, but this is my partner, so I'm gonna come and help you, and I'm gonna show you to do it the right way because obviously ain't nobody else gonna do it.
No.
I was in a whole nother area, but I looked over and I saw it and I was like, nah, hell no. I gotta go talk to you about this real quick.
Yeah, but I was eager to learn and you saw how I soaked that shit up. That's one thing about me is that I soak it up. I love learning and especially when it comes to this fitness stuff. And the best way to learn is from the best, which is this guy right here, I
ain't gonna say I'm the best, but
top five.
Top five?
Top five, for sure.
Top five. All right,
for sure.
If
you want to be humble, top five.
Appreciate it.
Me, I'm top 2 at least. But we're humbling ourselves here.
Yeah, I feel it. But so I believe that people should definitely, when it comes time to it, ask for some help, man. There's nothing wrong with asking for help.
No, never.
For real.
I guess I could have opened my mouth and be like, hey, you, am I doing this right?
Hey, gym guy.
Hey, gym guy. With the tight calves. Can you come help me?
Hey, there you go.
Nah, I'm not going to do that shit because he should have offered to help me to begin with.
All right.
But it's cool. Back to our Instagram pages. Actually, let's talk about that. So I think it was an interesting point that you mentioned people watching our videos. Well, your Instagram has been up longer than mine, and you have some pretty dope workout videos on there that I watch. I don't do a lot of the stuff that you do because you work out different muscles when you post your videos, and I'm not a big ass man.
Got you.
But I do take some pointers from when I do want to target those areas. Mm-hmm. And I recently started my page, right? And so what advice would you give somebody like myself who has just started their fitness page and have videos on there that are not perfect? The form is not perfect, but I'm perfecting it as it goes.
I'm gonna tell you something I told. Actually, was told to me, which probably like a few months ago. I don't know if it was told to me a few months ago.
All
and
right.
What was happening was, I don't post everything that I do every day, but I have clips. I have clips of things that I do. So one of my boys is like, dude, like, you have something to post every day. And I was like, yeah, I don't post all this stuff that I do. He was like, bro. He said, why? So I'm letting him look at, some of the videos that I had on my phone. And he was like, no, that's hard. Like, why aren't you posting it? And I was like, I don't know. I just didn't feel like it fit with everything else. And this is what he told me. He said, listen, dog, you worried about people liking your shit, huh? And I said, I just don't want to put out the wrong content. He said, what's the wrong content?
Exactly.
And I said, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, nah, man. He said, listen, I'm going to tell you like this. Whatever it is, just put it out.
Right.
It don't matter. Put it out. He said, because guess what? It's like food. Like, not everybody's going to like it. Some people are going to like it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The thing is that you got it out of there.
Exactly.
And you put it out there in the universe.
Right.
So I was like, all right, cool. So ever since then, I just be having random clips lying around. I'll put it on my story. I'll put it on my feed, on my reel, on a regular post, whatever. Because guess what? Somebody gonna like it. Even if I got 13 likes, bro. Just post it.
I think what's interesting is that I see it as more of motivation. You know, I get a lot of messages from my page saying, you know, keep going. I'm inspired by you, even though, you know, some of these people aren't fitness in the fitness industry, so they probably don't even know if I'm doing something right or wrong. But it also goes back to that same thing where trainers that I follow me also and see maybe a bad form, and they don't say anything about it. What do you think about that? Like, what do you think about? Do you ever do that on social media where you see somebody doing something messed up and you comment like, "Hey, maybe do it like this"?
I definitely do. So I do that to my close friends.
Okay, not just a random stranger.
No, because you know what? For one, a lot of times in those types of situations, it's plenty of people saying the same thing that I was possibly going to say. So I'm just not going to be the
adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah, like for what? Because they probably won't even see mine anyway.
Yeah.
But if it's somebody that I know, you ask around, they will tell you, oh yeah, that guy, he will for sure say something.
I got something for you.
Go ahead, run it.
Have you ever seen a personal trainer post a client where they're doing some fucked up shit?
Yep.
What do you do about that if this is your friend?
Yep.
That's a trainer.
Yep. I tell them once. Look, listen. Yep. I tell them once. I tell them twice. I tell them 3 times. Fuck that, you're out. I don't say anything anymore because for one, it's not my business. You're not even in my facility. As a friend, I'm telling you because my experience.
Right.
I know what that is. Like I know, like even my clients. Remember, I wouldn't post certain things.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna let you put that because now.
Oh, I'm sure you got videos when we used to train. I was fucked up.
But look, I probably have a few, and guess what? We can go back to those and be like, what you're doing now, and be like, okay, cool. So now, like for instance, I told you your squat has gotten a lot better.
So much better.
So much. You know what I mean?
So much.
But
so much, right?
So no.
Let's talk about it. How good is my squat now? Rated 1 to 10, and you, boy, 1 to 10.
I'm gonna still give you 6. I'm gonna still give you 6.
Martel.
Don't do that.
6?
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
No,
I gotta ask you this question. I have to ask this question in order for you to understand why I said 6.
All right.
Can you still sit? Can you squat all the way down in a duck stance?
I showed it to you.
Can you squat all the way down in a duck stance?
I don't even know what that means.
With the bar on your back.
What does that even mean?
Sit in a full squat with the regular bar on your back, not the Smith machine.
You know, I'll take the 6.
Thank you.
I'll take the 6.
You know, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be real with you every time.
I can at least get a 7.5.
No, 7.5 is low from where I'm going. I'm going all the way up to 1. I don't look at 10s. I look to 1s.
Oh, so I gotta get to 1?
Yeah, you gotta get to 1.
Oh, then 6 is pretty good. Wait, 5.4.
It's like 4.
Okay.
All right.
Well, 6. My goal by the end of 2024 is to be a 1.
You'll get there.
Oh, I will.
Time will tell.
I will get there. See how he does? See what he does to try to freaking motivate? I'm gonna get there next week. Watch. Like I'm gonna do that shit on the podcast.
No, so check it out, man. I think that, you know, for what we have going on and what we're gonna do, they gonna get a lot out of us.
Oh yeah. This is fun.
But for the most part, I just want to say this right here. You already know it's time, right?
It's mega time.
It's mega time. Hey, yo, check it. Love talking to y'all. Hopefully something we said caught y'all eye and caught y'all ear.
Made you laugh a little.
You know what I mean? And, you know, we'll be back next week with another one. Peace out.